Every new game starts the same way. You stare at the difficulty screen and pick a setting. It feels trivial, but without the invisible hand of guidance, that choice can destroy your whole experience. To show you how, let us take two teams as an example. The developers of Team Banana Jack are about to do a huge mistake. They ship a game with difficulty settings, hoping to please everyone. But they didn't design with the invisible hand of guidance in mind. Since no one can predict how good they will be at a brand new game, most players get either bored or completely crushed.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm done with that.
All that just because of a simple setting. Team Banana Jack has failed. And the second team is none other than Nintendo. While Team Banana Jack was busy making players choose between difficulties, Nintendo figured out something revolutionary. How could players even know what difficulty is the best for them? Their games often have no difficulty settings at all and still appeal to a gigantic range of players, whether it's seasoned players or complete beginners. And they are all having fun basically all the time. And to make it possible, their secret is the invisible hand of guidance, a way to quietly shape the player's journey. Doesn't matter who's picking up the controller. The hand of guidance refers to the designing of a game that makes it adjust its difficulty automatically and sometimes without you noticing. Games use different methods to utilize this feature. Take Mario, Nintendo's classic jump'n'run series. If you are confident in your skills, you can chase the optional star coins in New Super Mario Bros., the green stars in 3D World, or the 999 power moons in Odyssey. And those aren't just shiny collectibles. They often force you to do harder tasks, carry secret items from one level to another, or unlocking hidden stages with sharks coming out of nowhere while you dodge enemies and traps at the same time. So you can breeze through levels if the game feels too hard. Or take on a highly rewarding challenge when you feel like it. By the way, I completely hate that penguin. Haha, take that! And you would have to do some extra work to get those star coins, but you don't need to, since you don't need every star coin to finish the game. Out of all 999 power moons in Mario Odyssey, did you know you only need about a tenth of them to finish the game? And to beat New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, you don't even require a single star coin. But Nintendo offers more than just optional challenges for experienced players. Because there's one mathematical force in game design that can secretly control your entire experience. It makes sure you never feel too powerful, but also never completely useless. It's always there. You win because of it, you lose because of it, and you never notice. What could it be? Think about that one Mario Kart moment. You're in last place, grab an item box, and suddenly you get the bullet bill shooting you up back to the race. And when you're in first place, all you get are green shells and banana peels until you get nuked. That mathematical force is called probability. Carefully tuned to keep the games fun for everyone. In fact, if you dig deeper, Nintendo even published probability charts for every item in Mario Kart 8. This value shows how far you are away from the first place. And to get the actual probability of receiving a bullet bill, you need to divide the stored value by 2. The numbers are stored doubled because the game can't handle health values efficiently. The further you are away from the first place, the higher the probability climbs. But here's where it's getting more fascinating. This entire balancing act fits perfectly into one of the most powerful concepts in psychology. The flow theory by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Don't worry, you don't need to read this whole book for the video. Now, flow is basically the sweet spot of human experience. When you are under-challenged, you will slip into boredom. When you are over-challenged, you will get frustrated.
Let's go, baby! Oh. Hey, buddy.
But there is this really fine line in the middle, where your skills are tested just enough to keep you fully focused. Time disappears. You don't notice your phone buzzing. Screw that, you don't even notice when you get hungry. That is the state of flow. And here's the hidden truth. Flow isn't a setting you can choose at the start of the game. It is fragile, and it shifts constantly as your skills grow, and as the challenges evolve. That's why Nintendo doesn't dump a choose your difficulty screen on you at the start, because they know they can't predict what will keep you in flow 2 hours later. They build invisible difficulty scales that quietly recalibrate the challenge in the background. Just take Resident Evil 4's adaptive system, which ramps up difficulty when you are playing well and drops down when you are struggling. But scaling isn't the only solution. Games like Elden Ring take the opposite approach. No secret adjustments, no hidden numbers. Instead, they give you something else. Freedom. When one boss crushes you, you can walk away, explore another region, and then come back stronger, on your own terms. The difficulty curve is not managed by the game, but by your own choices. Just compare that to Team Banana Jack's design. They force you to lock into a static difficulty, and chances are you get it wrong. And even if you guessed it right, the balance collapses as soon as your skills grow. And raising the difficulty could just straight up swing you into frustration. I had this exact problem in Black Ops 3. I got bored on the second highest setting, so I tried out the hardest difficulty.
There's never just one route.
What? You're literally one shot. I mean, no wonder it's called realistic, but still, having it too easy on the one hand, but too punishing on the other, threw me into a limbo, never allowing me to feel the joy of flow. And next time you play a game where you don't have to choose between difficulty settings, but still catch yourself in the flow, always remember that there's a hand guiding you, no matter what you do. Since I am a game developer, I will try to make games better than teams like Banana Jack, but before you get me wrong here, there are a lot of games that are still awesome even with difficulty settings. But always remember that the best design is invisible.